practiced a little bit last night. In other words, he got one like 3-minute match. And actually, Rich has never done this before. And, well, thanks, man. And thanks to you. These guys are not people that normally train in neither of my students. I met them both this weekend. Well, I've known Rich for a while, but... so here's how this works. It's a standard sparring match. 2-inch rule applies for anyone under brown belt. Head contact applies for anyone above brown belt. All kicks must land above the waist. All punches must land on the body where they can hit light contact or 2-inch rule to the head. The difference is once these guys are sparring, so if you guys were just a light sparring, you know, they're kind of doing it, and then as soon as, like, let's say Shay gets a hold right here and gets a grip on his opponent, right then your center judge is going to call out grip. From that moment on, all striking stops. And we actually go to a straight grappling match, just like you see many, many times here. If the headgear pops off, obviously we throw it out of the way, stuff like that. And it becomes a straight grappling match. If they end up splitting back up and end up back on their feet, they break apart, we go back to our standard sparring rules. Kind of a unique way. What we've discovered is it really changes the way you think about fighting. And the way we like to think about it is MMA for that guy who actually has to go to work tomorrow and doesn't need a big black eye and a broken nose and all that stuff. So it's a chance for those of us who really want to do the MMA stuff but can't risk the full contact because of work or life, or because we're not 18. So it works really well for teenagers. And this time around, we're only going to be hosting it for people that are 16 and above because it's our first time out. And also afterwards, we're going to ask for as much input as we can on how it went. So if you come out, please be prepared to share. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to run a short match here. The way the match is run is continuous sparring. So we're not going to stop between each point. You're going to see them actually going along, and the judges will just point out points that they see. So like Sensei Kelly will be pointing over here, Sensei Willie, you know, whoever gets the point. If both people get a point at the same time, they're not going to bother to call it because they would cancel each other out. And as they go along, you know, we're going to do a short match. We're going to do 2 1-minute rounds instead of the normal 2 2-minute rounds. And what happens is each round starts on its feet. And what that does is try and equalize the strikers versus the grapplers, so that the grapplers just can't sit on a guy for 2.5 minutes and the striker has no chance. It forces the grapplers to come up to their feet, and it forces the strikers to learn how to play on the ground. So we're going to give this a shot. And I'm hoping you'll be so kind as to give us a couple of quick times. Yes, you can aim for my head with a towel. So, I'm the center judge for this, and if you like it, please check with me afterwards. I've got my business card, it has my web address, has all my tournament information there, plus I've got tons of flyers sitting around. So, here we go. Let me put this down and we'll get started. 1 minute for each round. Yeah. All right. Go. Grip. Takedown. Takedown 2 points. Sweep is worth points. Escaping the guard is worth points. 3 points for a sweep, 3 points for escaping the guard. But one thing I forgot to mention, the submission does not end the match. It's only worth 5 points the first time. Second time around, it ends the match. That's nice for you strikers, right? Sorry about that.
Time.
Right. Okay, so that's a 1-minute match. They're going to come back to their feet. They're not done. So the headgear that went flying, they need back. And so now we come right back to our feet and we run another match. So what we've got right now, we've got 2 points for the takedown, plus he's got 1 point for a nice kick coming from me. So the score currently is 3-0. Okay, set, go. Point. 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 Point, grip.
3-point takedown. Challenge is worth points. There's now 1 time. If he held him out for 3 seconds, he would receive 4 points for it. Thank you, gentlemen. So that's the basics of it. Give them a hand. These guys have never done it before. Did a great job.
So a couple key points about this. First off, nice match. That was fun to watch. What happens with the scoring is each individual judge scores the points they see for sparring. Okay? And then we take those points, then they'll have somebody tracking them for them so they don't have to keep tracking in their head. And we go and we average out the score for the sparring. And then any points, we have that average score, and then any points that were awarded by the center judge for grappling points are then added on top. And so what happens is basically whoever has the most points at the end of the match wins. Or if you manage to submit your opponent twice. The first time you receive 5 points for a submission, the second time you win. So if you have any questions, please check with me. I also have a stack of my business cards over here, like a big old stack, because I'm hoping lots of you guys will take them. And I will leave a bunch up at the registration table. So if you want to get my contact information, ask me questions, all the rules are posted on my website. My tournament, once again, July 21st, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We hope some of you guys will come out and give it a shot. Thank you very much. And Josh, thank you for letting us demonstrate. And of course, a big thank you to my assistant judges here and my competitors. Thank you so much, guys.